Okay. And
Yes. Shall we start just right now?
yep.
Can I read it here? So hello guys, good morning. Good morning guys. Thank you. So we're the team who will introduce about the 17th president Myung-Bak. But everyone know Myung-Bak is an MB, so I'm gonna call him as just an MB. Okay. So this is our table of contents. First of all, I really like to introduce the previous life about the MD because he worked in the Hyundai and he was the Seoul's mayor. I think because of that thing, that experiences made him president in our view. So we need to explain that, and after that,
I will tell you something about the three major candidates who have been presented by three major parties.
yes. And after that, we consider economy is the main factor that the MB could become a president. So we will talk about it a little deeper. And MB had a very strong weapon, which is economy, though he got some problem, which is some rumor, and Mariam will mention about that. So we will see how MB overcame that, and later.
Later we will conclude that in some few sentences.
Yeah, great. And please, yes, this is the MB's life. MB's right now 82 years old, and he's still alive, surprisingly. So he born in the Osaka in Japan. So everybody knew about that. Actually, I didn't know it. How about you guys? Oh, okay. Thank you for participating. Anyway, so 4 years later, the Korean got a liberation from the Japan, and after a few months of liberation, they came back to Korea, is Pohang. So MB considered his hometown is Pohang, and then after 2 decades, everybody knows that MB went to studied at a Korean university. And actually, during that time, the reason they have a gap, the MB had a gap to get in the Hyundai, because he did some protest about the government, and he did some movement during his university life. So Hyundai has some little hesitate about hiring him, but even though he went to a very nice university or like that situation, Hyundai got him as an employee. But really surprising fact is, during 15 years, he did a lot of things, but we don't have a time, so I will just skip it though. But he did like incredible thing. It's like a movie. So if you are a fan of MB, I would like to mention you a little search it. And he become a CEO, and he suddenly joined the GNP, and he just get out of the Hyundai. That's the reason. Do you guys ever know the Hyundai's the owner name? Yes, Chung Ju-young want to make his own party, but MB considered the super rich person like 재벌 cannot become the politician. Like that's such a politician will ruin the country. So MB keep reject to Chung Ju-young, that which is Chung Ju-young keep asking MB, so let's make or change Korea together or like that. You know, I don't want to do like you. So like that situation keep going. So MB just had to get out of the Hyundai because he have a troubling or like with his boss. And then he suddenly went to the GNP. So GNP is the Grand National Party, and so from that time, he became his like politician life began. So at there, oh, and everybody knows that the Korean party changed their name a lot. So at this point, there was a 신한국당, which is New Korean Party. But anyway, I will mention right now, and from now on, we will say GNP, because and here was Grand National Party. Okay, we cool? Guys, please answer me. Thank you. So, and he was the assembly member, but he was like premature about his political life, because he started his politician life in 1902, and he like after 4 years become a assembly. So it's like also incredible thing though. So he was a little premature, so he had a problem, so he had to just resign by himself. And then he went to mayor of Seoul and president of Korea. And so I mentioned you, the MB worked in the Hyundai, right? Then, the mayor candidate's MB's main strategy, what should that be?
Economy.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that was economy. So he sloganed, MB is economy, like that way. So when the people reminds of MB, oh, he was like CEO of Hyundai, so he was really successful salaryman. Like that image, he just kept going it, and later the next page, and one more, yes. So that's the green part of it, economics rather than politics. So which means like this Monday after lecture, we talked about some framing about news. MB really hate that. Like that's just a timeless and like waste of timeless and meaningless. Like arguing politician to politician, like meaningless. Like we have a economic problem right now in Korea, but what are our politician doing? That's just crazy thing. That was MB's opinion. So he pointed out economics rather than politics. But even the person who's saying like that, MB, is also still a politician. So he said, good politics through professionalism. This professionalism is, he worked in the Hyundai and he did very successful thing. Yeah. And so in last class, you told me get a 10% from the whole voters is really big, right? No. Last class, you told us that from whole voters get a 10% is really big. No? Oh, sorry. Then just ignore it, and he got a like this vote, and the people who participate in the vote rate was this. That was because of football game. I don't know that name. What is that? Do you guys know? This era's football game. No. Anyway, then yeah, I know. I don't know the exact name though. Yes, let's keep going. And MB keep arguing us. He's a professional to the economy, right? So this is the gross regional the domestic product, so which is GRDP. But unfortunately, we don't have more. What is that? The information before 2003. So we will just look at the. Could you move on to next page? One more. Yes. This thing. So 2002 was the beginning of MB. So 2002, that football game, like, I don't know that football game's name. That every 4 years. Yes. So because of that, there was no, sorry. And anyway, so like that growth was recorded, so people thought it's only for Seoul though. Oh yes, the MB might be the really professional to the economy. And please go later. And moreover, he did quite well as a mayor in Seoul. So these things are that what he did, the definitely payment, like everyone loved to leave payment about that. So he did it. And New Town project, so like some area of Seoul is so fancy, but some area of Seoul is so dirty and like a slum place. So he wanted to change it, so he did it. And do you guys have you ever been to Cheonggyecheon or Seoul Forest?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
Yeah,
Did you
yes.
like that? Yes. That MV made it, so people really like satisfied with that, as I know. And then public transportation system. So foreigners, have you ever used the public transportation in Seoul? How was it?
Good, I think.
Yeah, maybe MB will love your mention anyway. So people centered, like there was too many the car, so he want to get the car off, but I'm not sure about he success with that though. But the other thing and about the economic growth, everyone's satisfied with that. So let's see what will happen later.
Now I will introduce you the election campaign of the 17th presidency in a little more detail. Let me introduce you the three major parties during the 17th presidential election campaign. First of all, it's important to note that the 17th presidential election reverted to its old pattern, which means that it was not a two-way election like the previous elections before, but a three-way election, which means that three parties were the major parties. Here on the left we can see the Grand National Party, also known as GNP. In the middle we can see the Democratic New Party, also the former Yuri Party, if you know about this. And on the right side you can see the signature of the third candidate, who was an independent one, so he didn't belong to any party. Now that you know the three main parties, I will also show you the corresponding candidates. On the left you can see who we just introduced to you, Myung-Bak, belonging to the Grand National Party. In the middle there is Chung Dong-yong, belonging to the DNP. And on the right side we can see our independent candidate, who is Lee Hoi-chang. As I already mentioned, he was he wasn't a part of a party, so he was just independent. Lee Hoi-chang is a former GNP leader, so he belonged before to the Grand National Party, but during the 17th presidential elections, he just decided to become an independent candidate. Before Lee Myung-Bak was chosen as his party's presidential candidate, he was in a close neck-and-neck race with Park Geun-hye. Sorry for my pronunciation. Who's also a member of GNP. Considering that the opinion polls were consistently in Lee's favor, as we already mentioned some things, the outcome of the primaries, which was made by the GNP party, was different than expected, because Park shows a very strong due to the broad support she received from party supporters. And had the GNP decided not to take the results of the public opinion polls into account when counting the primaries, Lee would have been defeated by Park, which means that the woman was more popular in the party than in by the votes of the people. I hope you understand what I mean. Yeah. Another important fact is also that the ruling DNP, like the Grand Unified Democratic New Party, was struggling before choosing Chung Dong-yung, was struggling with the loss of popularity and was desperate to find a presidential candidate attractive enough to excite voters, as Roh Moo-hyung had done in 2002, which we heard last lecture. The endeavor was not easy and continued to delay the party's nomination process. Finally, the party managed to recruit a GNP defector, Son Ha-kyu, in July 2007, and a national primary was held in September featuring Son, Chung, and other party heavyweights, including former Prime Minister Han Myung-Suk and Lee Hae-chan. As it turned out, Chung Dong-yung emerged victorious, but even after the nomination, the DNP continued to suffer from local support popular, and attempted to work with other parties to field a joint presidential candidate. The process and negotiations for this project dragged on and made little progress, but ultimately it failed. And yeah, now Hae-young will inform you about the issues before the election.
Yes. So main factor MB got elected is, why should we answer with that? This is really simple. Economy again. So, do you guys all remember that the Mariam said even the party's people loved the Park Geun-hye because of his father was blah blah blah. Though the civic picked Myung-Bak, right? That their reason was just the economical thing. So yes. So this is the people's think about ability assessment awareness survey as a survey. So these three candidates that Mariam talked about, and look at this. Everyone thought that MB will do very well about economies. So about that thinking, there was just some situation about link with election, and I would like to show you. Oh, and sorry, before that, MB said he will do 747 by for the economic thing. And you guys when you heard about the 747, what does it remind you?
The plane.
Yeah, the plane, the Boeing 747. So, as I know, but it's not official thing, so I cannot say that, like it's an official thing though. But people think as like a Boeing fly to the sky, the MB will do like 747 very well. Yes, and after that, so people, I told you, people think, and people just think about that when they remind about the MB. He was very successful salaryman and he did very well as a mayor in Seoul. Like that thing made people expect, oh, maybe when he become a president, maybe our economy will be very nice, or like that thing. And really funny thing is, what do you think about it? When you see it, what do you think about it? This, compare with them. Nothing. Could you click it one more time? Regionalism was reduced. Can you go back there? Yes. Can you notice that the regionalism getting reduced after election. Like these eras people love to vote by green color, but they vote on red color, like that thing. Yeah, but even though they haven't like favor about green dough, either blue dough, yes, it's really impressive to me. And what do you think about it? Do you agree with that, my idea? Thank you, and let's keep going. Yes, so it's about also like that things people expected as like they peaked and be not a fact but expectation. Yeah, of course that what he did also can be the reason though, but they just expect about the MB, and I think it's really interesting way to voting. So I would like to mention this, and then Maria will tell me the scandals.
Yeah, let's now look at a challenge that maybe had to overcome during his election campaign. He was embroiled in a scandal during the presidential election, as you can see. Yeah, because prosecutors investigated allegations that Lee was involved in setting up in a securities firm, BBK. Maybe you've already heard about this. That subsequently defrauded investors, but there was no credible evidence of such involvement against MB. So on the eve of the election, however, the release of an old videotape in which he appeared to allege a role in the formation of BBK led to the passage of the bill sponsored by Mr. Chung's party, so the DNP, that provided for the appointment of a special prosecutor. Mr. Lee asserted that the videotape had been taken out of context and repeated his claim that he had not been involved, but said that he would accept the new investigation. President Rowe, who was ruling at this time, cited this acceptance as his approval of the bill. Most observers doubt that a special prosecutor who will be picked up in shortly will be able to bring charges before the new president's inauguration, scheduled for February 25th, 2008, even if credible evidence is presented. This is because once in office, the president can only be charged with serious crimes involving national security. Amid all these rumors, the popularity-hungry DNP, as I already told you, they had a very low popularity, decided to focus on the BBK issue to turn Lee Myung-Bak's advantage in their favor by claiming that he had been entangled with BBK management and from the beginning and should not be elected given his alleged crimes related to BBK's fraudulent financial conduct. The DNP desperately tried to convince the voters that Lee should not be allowed to escape responsibility for deceiving BBK investors and illegally running the company. However, voters were not that swayed by the appeal as the DNP had originally expected. And this is what we think now, was not because they believed that MB was innocent, but because they believed Mr. Lee's self-assertion that he was best suited to revitalize the Korean economy, as Hae-young already mentioned. It was also because they were very negative about the incumbent president, which was Roh Moo-hyun, and the party he belonged to, which is the DNP. of course. As a pragmatic politician with followers in both, MB, moderate and conservative wings of GNP, he ran the campaign by publicizing himself as the most competent to salvage the decaying Korean economy. As you have heard before, Lee Myung-Bak entered the political frame in 1992, serving 2 terms in parliament, and his political career took a boost when he was elected as Seoul's mayor in July 2002. Two keys we already mentioned was also like the revitalization of Cheonggyekrik and the restructuring of the transportation system in Seoul threatened firstly to tarnish his reputation, as critics call them inefficient, but positive finance reveals on these projects and the successful restructuring of city government, however, turned him into a leading candidate for the 2007 presidential election. Lee also seemed the only guy to give a solution to the economic distress of Korea. Despite bad rumors I already told you about, his rise as a successful CEO, such as reputably illegal accumulation of wealth, including real estate ownership, his popularity hovered around 45% all the time during the elections, and never went down below 40%. Yeah, sometimes diffusing the momentum of challenges negative campaign, you can say.
Yes.
And yeah, here you can see how the election went. Firstly, you can see that MB won 7 of 9 provinces, like if you count, you can see it. And mostly Chung Dong-yong gained 2 of these provinces. MB gained a total of 11.4 million votes, which is 48.7% of the total. And he won by a wide margin over the other candidates, and he was the first president with a business background. Yeah. Also here you can see like other candidates like Lee Hoi-chang, who was not really well seen in the picture before. And yeah, as you can see, Chung Dong-yong had half of the votes, and from the votes from Chung Dong-yong, Lee Hoi-chang had half of it, so it seems very clear. Yeah, and now I will tell you our conclusions. Myung-Bak's victory hands back power to the Grand National Party for the first time in a decade. So, like 10 years before, they had lost. They had their last presidential candidate. The economic issues such as hardship and employment led the voters to Lee Myung-Bak as the savior. Suffering from economic hardship and employment, Korean voters were ready to welcome an economic savior. And this expectation was well reflected in the various polls conducted by the media organization. After 1997 Asian financial crisis, which devastated the Korean economy and left a great number of Koreans unemployed, economic recovery became a necessarily paramount concern for Korean voters. The voters simply wanted their economic conditions to improve. The unemployed men and women wanted their president, MB, and representative to bring out plans to get them back to work quickly. So, and college graduates hope for job markets to be more widely open. In one word, the OP public desperately wanted some competent statesmen, MB, to emerge and deliver them from economic hardships. And finally, there came he, and he was like a symbol of hope for economic recovery. But furthermore, six years later, after his presidency, Myung-Bak was arrested for allegations of embezzlement and misappropriation, which means like the rumors we talked about before came back to him, and he was arrested for this. Thank you very much for listening. We hope you understood everything.
And I have one thing to tell you guys. The very first reference, I don't know if you guys are interested or not though, but I actually do not 100% agree with that, and that is at Charles, how can I say, the laboratory like survey thing, because there are no specific this explanation, but when you read it, you can get some idea about the MB's economical thing. So yeah, I would like to mention like that. Wait, yeah, thank you so much. And do you guys have some question about this? Yes.
I have a question about, you mentioned about regionalism.
Uh-huh.
Can you go back?
Yes. You want this page or this page?
Just this page.
Yes.
As I see, the right side always meaning red color and left side meaning blue color.
Yeah.
What's the point you think about regionalism, the decrease?
Oh, so in my opinion, my view, like separate this and this is the like the end and height of the regionalism, because north, south, east to west thing. Sorry, yeah, east to west thing. Like they divided east by east, west by west. I thought this is the like the highest pitch of the regionalism, and yes, might be that the theory of 10 decades, it might be the time to come back to red team though, but it's really remarkable thing. It's the, in my opinion, it's the first time that the main place, except main place, the Seoul and the other places choose the MB is like by their expectation of economical thing. Like in my view, like that expectation let them choose not their lover's blue, but even they do not emotionally love him, don't pick that. So that was my idea. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Great. And the other one? Yes.
You say you MB
Yeah.
is the professional economist.
Oh, yes. You mean the Seoul mayor thing? Or what?
When he was the civilian of president.
Yes. Oh,
He will improve the economy. He said,
yes.
right? So, in your thinking,
Uh-huh.
what is the impressive politics in MB's politics in the economy?
So like you mean the what kind of the economical promise made people expect the MB will be the savior of our country's economical growth?
Easily, what is the most impressive economic politics in
Oh,
MB government?
yes. When we go to the 747,
We just show that graph. He asked us what is the economic outcome he
Oh,
brought
I
in his
don't-
presidency.
I don't
That's
think
his
asked me
category. Because in their presentation, they said Nomuyen's economic the performance was much better than MB government. They said that.
But I said, oh,
They actually attacked your presentation.
Oh.
So what is Yeah, you have
You
to show
mean
that.
this? You mean by this? I thought you asked me what kind of promise make you
I
so,
think there is a misunderstanding.
to me or to him?
It's you, because
It's me. Okay.
last time they showed that an economic
Yeah.
graph, and they said that nominal government is much better than MB government.
Is that so? You're getting
I
led?
just want to ask your opinion.
Yes. Okay. You want to answer? Yes, please.
Because in our researchers, we found out that the GNP did not, that the DNP did not very well during their presidency. So that's why people were economically still struggling, and yeah, did that lead them to MB, who might have been the better economic savior. I don't know if I could answer your question.
Okay. And my opinion at this here.
And he was not interested in that.
Really?
He want outcome.
Really? You choose it right now. So you want me to go like Kim's way or
Okay,
as my
just go to graph. Okay? As a because you don't understand what he asked. Go to the graph.
Professor, is that really he asked like
Because
that?
last time they show
Yes,
the
yes.
nominal government economy was much better than MB government. So that one.
This one or this one?
That could be
The same one. The 3 or 9. But
the bigger one, the bigger one. Okay,
Yes.
then could be you have to explain that part.
me.
Yeah.
But actually
Well,
the whole
where is nominal government? And so they say nominal government was much better than MB government.
but sadly it's not for Korean, it's only for Seoul.
Oh, that is a mayor's contribution.
Yes.
Okay.
So go back to my understanding answer. Like so I think this is really hilarious and funny thing. Cause yes, that times our country was really shocked by the 2002's, what was that, the football game again? Yeah, the World Cup. And they really, the World Cup was the crazily amazing thing. But in the situation, the MB said, we will be 7th rank in the world comparable with the G7. So like, I think it's yes, we can be and we can aim like that though, but during his presidency, not really in my opinion. So I thought it's like hilarious, and I feel like he just show off. I'm a like that crazily remarkable person like that. So yes, I think this was. I don't agree, and I'm a person who agree with that though. But this was my most impressive thing he told to the civic. Is that why you ask and why this? Yes. Okay, and the other, yes.
You mentioned that Myung-Bak was elected because of the high expectation of the economy.
Yes.
But also you mentioned that it is because that before the president, I mean the Democratic Party, did not well at the economy.
Yes.
And is specific evidence or something?
Well, the evidence is like that he achieved a lot of different things during his employment in
Yes.
Hyundai.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, in 15 years he achieved a lot, and this was very impressive, as Taeyong said.
Yes.
And this is like what impressed the people the most and led them to him. Or what exactly do you mean if it's not answered?
So, like that's 15 years. That era's president, who was that? This era.
This
Yeah, Mr. Park. Mr. Park made a 경부 고속도로, the really big highway in this country. So even the plane will get loaded. You guys know, and that project supervisor was MB. And one more thing, do you guys know that era had an oil bank? Oil bank? No. Oil? Yeah, yeah. So the Jong Ju-young, really amazing person. He does. If every country struggle with the oil, then let's go to the place they harvest, they pump the oil. So Jong Ju-young sent MB to, I forgot that country though, and there MB had of course problem though, but he earned like crazily lot of money so that Hyundai could be like that big achievement group. Yeah. So like that thing, that era's people know it. Oh, that the MB has like special power to earn the money. So like that thing plus. At that time, so sadly you guys just said Noen did a little, very nice on the economy though, but in my opinion and as our research, there was unemployment as the Mariam Keep told us. So, and MB told the Civic I will solve that problem. I worked in the Hyundai as a salaryman. So I know how to deal with the employment. So I don't know 노사, 노조 in English right now though. Yeah, like that. The employment and like this Hyundai, Samsung, what is that? The company and employment like arguing how the law and the government can adjust their argument like that. Law, the MB said I can make it, or I can help the employee, or I can also make a very nice. I can make the companies make a very nice structure for the employee like that. So everybody, oh my gosh, and then I should pick the MB like that mood.
There is no specific evidence actually. It was just an imagination of them. Like just because of what he achieved, that's the base of all this. So there is no
real reason.
Yeah.
Like MB made a really big. MB made people dream big. Yeah. That's our opinion. And no more question. Yes.
Is there any specific incident or accident during the MB government?
That what
Is there any specific incidents or accidents during the MB government?
MB government was a lot.
where when there was like something the free trade agreement with the USA, but this wasn't really linked to MB, like to his presidency. It was the presidency before who decided this, and he was just going on with the plan. So it wasn't actually linked to him. It was just going further with the plan, which was already made. So we didn't pick this one because it wasn't included. It was
The
like
election and even more. That's not the MB caused that. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. And another question? Yes. Yes. Yes.
You say MB will increase the arguing on employment and company, right?
Yes.
Then is there any specific politics which can afford the increasing the
Oh, I thought it's a election so but I have it after class. Can I show you the?
Okay, good.
Yes.
After class.
Or you can DM me. I will send you the graphs. Anyway.
Okay, thank you.
May I erase it?
Okay.